Now, one more thing that we do kind of want to explore is, well, can it also write code to play games? So let's say like, could you write code that plays a game of, let's say, rock, paper, scissors? It's able to do that, sure enough. It's going to give us some code generation here. Here is a JavaScript file that gives us a function of how we could do this. And so one thing that's kind of cool about browsers is that we can actually go into our console and start writing JavaScript and actually executing it in here too. So if I actually go ahead and copy this code once it's done generating and pull it into the console here, it's actually its own runtime. So if we go ahead and copy that function in, we've declared this function. So now we're going to actually call that function like so. And sure enough, we've got this prompt up here saying choose rock, paper, scissors. Let's go ahead and say rock. And we won somehow. From the rules of rock, paper, scissors, rock beat scissors, so we won. That's kind of cool. Let's see if I can try to get a tie or a loss or something. Let's just go ahead with paper. Oh, I want to get, maybe I'm just too good at this game. But yeah, so we can see it even goes ahead and describes what it's doing in here. So if you're not familiar with coding, it explains exactly what it just wrote in terms of code and how it used the math random function to select a choice for the computer, right? We can see here that the computer choice is being picked from this math function that's generating a random number, multiplying it by 3, and then flooring it to get one of the indices of this options array. If that sounds, if you're unfamiliar with any of the terms I just said, those are some pretty basic computer science principles, and you could ask ChatGPT about any of those, and I'm sure it'll give you a great description of what those are, how they kind of interact in the code. You can go down the rabbit hole, right? Like you can ask it to clarify what it meant by a certain thing. And now this is of course not an introductory computer science, but how we can use ChatGPT to learn how to code, to write code for us, to document our code, generate code, all those sort of things. And we could even go one step further and maybe even ask it to bring this game into our React app. Could you bring that rock, paper, scissors game into my React app? And let's see if it's able to do that. That seems like a pretty challenging thing. I'd be pretty surprised if it could do it, but sure enough, it does say it's able to do it. So there really is no limit to what you can ask this thing. If it's probably above some sort of confidence threshold that it can answer your question, it's going to go ahead and tell you, right, that it's able to do it. So maybe blindly we'll just go ahead and copy this in for fun, just to see if it'll actually work or not. But yeah, this is kind of just experimenting at this point to see if this will actually work. So yeah, so you can see there's a lot of striking similarities between the code that we had just written or just been generated for this game and right here, except now it's being declared as the function under play game. And yeah, so we're basically just porting it all into our React app. So we're going to declare this function here in addition to the other functions we had declared. And then we're going to just copy this whole div in as well. So there is a little knowledge required to know like what exactly you should be copying in here. But let's go ahead and remove that button counter that we just had, as well as the React app intro stuff, because we don't really actually care about that. We just want a rock, paper, scissors. And whoa, that actually works. So we now have a rock, paper, scissors website. Choose your weapon. Interesting choice of word there. Let's go ahead and say rock. You chose rock, the computer chose rock. It's a tie. Paper. You chose paper, the computer chose rock. You win. Wow, okay, I guess this game really doesn't want me to lose, or the computer is just going really easy on me today. But as you can see, as long as you have an idea, ChatGPT can make it come true. And that's a really beautiful thing about using this, right? Like, honestly, this is pretty mind-blowing, even to someone in the computer science field. So yeah, as long as you have an idea of what you want, and you have a little bit of base knowledge about sort of coding, which ChatGPT can help you get to, it's really fascinating the amount of things that ChatGPT can do in a coding perspective. In the next video, we're going to be talking about algorithms and how we can use ChatGPT in that realm.